Video 7. Harmonizing the flow of prana. We use the breath as a means for us to be able to observe the flow of prana within the mind-body system, but also to regulate and control the flow of prana. Now, throughout the course of the day, you'll notice that there's a variation in how we are receiving air through the different nostrils on our nose. At certain times, we may notice that the current of air is flowing more freely through one nostril rather than the other. And this is referred to as nostril dominance. So, when we're breathing and our inhalation is occurring more dominantly through the left nostril, well, that means that the flow of air is more dominant through the ida, through the nadi, which is responsible for the movement of cool current of air into the right hemisphere of the brain. And then, in a healthy individual, this will change every 90 minutes or so, where the nostril which was dominant will alternate from the left side to the right side. So after this period of time, we'll move from breathing through the left nostril, and then we'll start to breathe through the right nostril. And at this point, there will be a warm current of air moved up through the pingala and into the left hemisphere of the brain. So this is how it usually occurs in a healthy individual throughout the course of the day. And we can notice this if we're involved in a certain activity, where at the point of involvement we're breathing more dominantly through our right nostril, which means that our attention is more engaged, we're more extrovert, we're more active. Then after a period of time, let's say it's 90 minutes, and we're still involved with the same activity, but our breathing alternates. So now it moves into the left nostril, meaning that the current of air which is being passed through the body is no longer that warm, active, engaged, extroverted current. It's the more passive, introverted, reflective current. So our attitude and how we are involved in what we're doing will shift. And if we're very perceptive, we can notice this. So essentially, how the prana is flowing through our body influences our attitudes and our mental processes. And within yoga, this is clearly stated that by regulating the flow of prana, we're able to have an influence over the movements in our mind. So we use a specific pranayama breathing technique to help to harmonize the flow of both the warm current of air and the cool current of air, so that it centralizes and flows as one through the sushumna. Now, this technique is referred to as alternate nostril breathing, and it's quite simple in its practice. Essentially, you can place your 2 forefingers in your forehead, like that, and then closing your right nostril, inhale with one clean inhalation through your left nostril. And then closing both nostrils, and then removing your thumb off your right nostril, exhale. And then keeping your thumb off your right nostril, inhale. One clean inhalation, closing both nostrils, and then releasing on the left nostril, exhale. And that's one round of alternate nostril breathing. And you can do 10, 12 rounds of this or more if you like. Now, in some texts, and some teachers will guide the practitioner to hold the breath for certain intervals while they're doing this, or to inhale for a certain period of time while they're doing this. But essentially what we're trying to do is just to create a current of air which is smooth and flowing through each nostril. So when we're starting out, there's no need to become too preoccupied with holding the breath. What can be helpful is to inhale for the count of 1 and then exhale for the count of 2. So essentially our exhalation is slightly longer, well, double in length and duration to our inhalation. And this technique just helps to harmonize the movement of prana within the body-mind system and prepares us then to be able to concentrate with greater effect.